Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's micros market recap. Let's get right into it. It is 4:03 p.m., almost 4:04. It is the 2nd of May. That is Eastern time. If we take a look at oil, we opened inside of that range from oil. We opened below that close, and we just did not look back one single iota, and we just kept cruising down. We did have some response at these HVA edges and that contract low, but after that, it was just trending entries on the way down. As far as gold goes, we opened above that close. Similar to oil, we did have some move, but like oil, we never got to the close from the day prior, and we just went up and did not really look back. This first hour or two was really difficult for gold. They just were consolidated. They were fighting it tooth and nail, and then that 10 o'clock news came out, and I guess that was the push off the cliff for them to spread their wings and fly, so to speak. But you can see the response again at these edges. Remember, these edges or these levels are drawn the night before the next day's trading endeavors. As far as our equities go, it's pretty easy and safe to say that, well, we're going to be finishing net down, even though we have about an hour left. The volatility has just pretty much left the market. We had a huge run down today. In terms of getting to that close, we didn't quite get it in the ES. We opened ever so slightly below and just never really went there. As far as the NASDAQ, we did get it. But let's take a look at that price action today in the ES. So we opened and we just pretty much gapped and goed because we did open gap down in the ES as well as the Dow. NASDAQ did open in balance. But we gapped and goed, meaning that we opened below the range and the close from yesterday. Obviously, we're going to be opening below the close if we opened below the range. And they just put the pedal to the metal and they just drove it down. You can see them ignoring those HVA edges as support, but they're hitting them more of in response of resistance. And that's very telltale sign of a trending move. They ignore supports, but they come back and hit a resistance. You just don't know which one's going to turn out to be resistance. And if you want to find out more information and learn more information about these edges and how to handle that, feel free to reach out to us, and I'll give you those details later in the video. But ultimately, when they did settle out and they did pull back up, we did start seeing some response around those HVAs in a normal manner, normal, consistent manner for the day, where you get those price actions of responding edges. And that's just what happened in this afternoon. And it was slow, but we still had those opportunities for our students to take nonetheless, even in the afternoon, even though we had less opportunities of those edge trades or HVA reversal trades, as we refer to them here in the room. There were still opportunities. So you can't whine and moan that there isn't anything. You just have to be cognizant of what's going on and look for what you want in respect to those edges. But NASDAQ, similar story, with the exception that we opened in balance, got to that close, responded off that HVA edge, bounced back up, and it took them a little while to break this area. Ultimately, they did break that range low from the day prior, and they broke it pretty hard, which is good sign of sellers for us right there. But you can see that they just drove it down, and then they started ignoring some of that support. And then what do? Hit it as resistance. That's that trending entries that are kicking in. Ultimately, before lunch, they did start to teeter out, and then they were losing that momentum, and the volume got really thin down here, and that's when we just started to trek back up, and those buyers were stepping in, and you can see that support was doing what? Starting to finally kick in. So that normalcy, that trend was done for the day, and at that point, you're looking for just normal responding entries. But with that being said, we are closing net down in our equities, net down in oil, net positive in gold. If you are interested in learning more information about these levels and how you can get them onto your charts the night before, feel free to reach out to us. We are Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. Get in touch with a representative at either location. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to seeing you there.